It is about 12 past 7, and right now we're going to focus on war on weight. The Cayman Heart Fund will battle Cayman's bulge and transform the lifestyles of 10 lucky contestants in the 4th annual War on Weight Transformation Contest, better known as WOW. War on Weight has helped over 30 contestants lose over 800 pounds and has learned the essentials to permanent healthy lifestyles since its launch in 2008. Here with us this morning is David Dinner, who's the chairman of Cayman Heart Fund, and Cheyenne Stewart, chairman as well as War on Weight Competition. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Thank you.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just
happy it's Friday.
Happy.
Yeah.
Tell me about if people who don't know, or people who are watching right now and don't know what the Cayman Heart Fund is. What is it?
Well, the Cayman Heart Fund is a nonprofit charitable organization dedicated to reducing the incidence of cardiovascular disease in the Cayman Islands through education, testing, and programs like the War on Weight.
Okay, and why did you guys decide to do the War on Weight program?
Well, we recognize that weight plays a big part in cardiovascular health, and obesity in particular is a problem in the Cayman Islands. So we wanted to tackle obesity in order to help improve and raise awareness of people of the role that obesity plays in people's heart health.
All right, and obviously over the past few years, you guys have gotten good response on that.
Yeah, I mean, just like any program when it first starts out, it's always a little tough to get the community involved, but as time has gone on and we become better known, it makes it a little easier, and people look forward to it every year.
All right, well, talking about the competition, Cheyenne, you were one of the competitors. Was
2009.
2009. Tell me about the process you had to go through. I know it was all fitness and diet, but was it really hard to do, or?
There's really 5 components to it, and you have to get your head around wanting it. So the first step, just fill out the application. Cayman Active is one of our sponsors that has put the information out on their website. So we typically send there, we have our own page there. And when you really look at it, you've got to join, obviously fill out the application, make it to the semifinalist meeting, then they select the final 10. And once you find out you're in, we actually had 15 the year that I was involved, so we upped the number a little bit that year. And it was amazing because boot camp and everything that went with it, learning how to eat healthy, learning how to do the right things at the right times, and just continuing with the program for 16 weeks was typically kind of the biggest feat for most of us to get through.
I mean, I understand that, when it comes to diet, you have to take out a lot out of your, what you would normally have.
It's not so bad as everybody thinks it is. It really isn't. And Chuck Collins, our nutritionist, he sat down with us and really went through, you don't have to deprive yourself. You actually eat more than most of us are eating. A lot of people dealing with obesity issue, we think we can't eat. That we have to stop, just little meals here and there. And it's not that way. You need to eat consistently throughout the day, but you have to keep your portion size, small and in the right proportions, whether you've got fats and, carbs, proteins and different types of things. So it's a matter of what you eat at one time, not the amount that you eat all day long.
All day long. Yes. And people get confused when it comes to that because they're like, well, I have to eat more, I have to eat everything that's on the plate, or, you have to kind of...
I think a lot of us were raised that way. We wanted to clear our plates. We were always told by our parents, clear your plates.
Finish it.
Yes.
Finish
Don't
it.
let it go to waste.
Watch TV.
Yeah, but you're not depriving yourself of anything really on the program, because you do get one treat meal per week. Which is always,
we like that.
use it judiciously.
Now, last night you guys had what we call a launch party. Tell us about that, and why did you guys decide to do that?
The lunch party is an evening, just a social event. We had Black Trumpet was our sponsor last night, sponsored very healthy appetizers, provided us with drinks. And it was an evening to invite out the sponsors, anybody who is involved in the program and the Cayman Heart Fund board. The WOW committee is there, and of course the contestants. And it's a wonderful evening, as well as people in the press, because obviously you need to get the word out, what's going on and how it's happening, in order to get the community involvement that we need for the program.
Yeah, it's also an orientation for the contestants, so that they're brought up to speed as to what the next 16 weeks have in store for them.
How did that go?
Well, they're always worried about boot camp. That's the funny thing about the contestants right off the bat.
Yeah.
They're always worried about boot camp. Ernest, a body sculptor, does a great job of scaring them straight.
I can imagine.
Yes, yes.
And I mean, a lot of people, I guess, think that, oh, well, you know, we can't do it, or, you know, they always start off with this kind of not exactly so positive. But
well, it's wonderful because we had Ernest there last night, and through the semifinalists, he said, just be prepared. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy. And we don't lie to him. We don't lie to the people coming in, because if you say, oh, it's not so bad,
yeah,
you know, we would be doing them a disservice, because it is a rigorous program. And it typically takes about 16 weeks to break bad habits. So it's the perfect time to get involved. But last night, Ernest came. He said, all right, here's the thing. If you're struggling, if you're having joint issues the first weeks, we can do movement modifications, different exercises, he can modify them. So it's not that he can't work with you and you have to keep up with everybody in the program. He is very good about saying, okay, if you're having problems doing this, we can change it, tweak it a little bit this way and do it. So you get that little one-on-one in class with him as well.
Now, just quickly, because we're about to finish the segment, but can you tell us kind of who are the competitors this year?
Sure.
I've got the list here. I remembered them by name when I wrote them down here.
Right.
We have a husband and wife, Stacy and Dave Ward, Marissa Bennett, Ian Yearwood, Amy Archer, Tiffany Donegan, Tanisha Barnes, Ruth Grizel, Olivia Ebanks, and Jackie Cano Reeves.
Cool. I know Mr. Ian Yearwood.
Yes, he's such a nice guy.
I know, he is so cool.
So we only have 2 guys this year, but it's wonderful.
Better, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's better to have them not have any at all. At least you know that they're focusing on what they.
And usually people think obesity is a female problem.
No.
It's not. It goes across the whole segment. You know,
Exactly.
adults, children, all the way through.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on
Thank
Daybreak
you.
this
Thank
morning,
you for
sharing
having
all
us.
the information on WOW. So I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
You too.
Thank you. All right, well, after the break, find out how our Junior Achievement students fared in the Global Leadership Conference. We'll be right back with more.